Welcome to Are We Counting the Omer?
Yep, welcome.
This was one of the first things we ever did together. Do you remember this?
Oh, during the pandemic?
No, our year in Israel. When we first met, we'd count the Omer every night when we were first dating.
Oh, yeah.
This is how rabbis date. They count the Omer together.
We're so lame. Let's not tell any stories.
I love counting the Omer. I love this process of counting. From Pesach to Shavuot. There's this idea that Passover, Pesach, is liberation. Right? I think on its face it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But Shavuot, the rabbis say, is the holiday that celebrates the giving of the Torah. So I like to think of this counting as a spiritual journey, moving from thinking of ourselves as free to thinking of ourselves as obligated people. I always think of this as the corner of Judaism, this idea of mitzvah, this idea of obligation, the ways we're obligated to each other, to the past, the future.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Totally think guarantors.
So each week has a theme. You want to tell us?
So each week has a big theme, and then each day has a theme within the week. So we are on week 3, and this week the theme is Tiferet, which I love this book. It's such a wonderful book if you're looking for something to guide you through counting the Omer. But they define Tiferet this week as balance, harmony, compassion, beauty, and truth.
So that's our daily theme. And we have these 7 sevens, these 7 weeks of themes, and these 7 days of themes and the ways that they line up.
Yeah.
So today it's Tiferet and...
So today's Chesed within Tiferet. So every day has like a secondary theme within the primary theme. And so Chesed is love, loving kindness, and benevolence, and how that exists within this truth and balance and compassion and beauty. I think that's a hard one, right?
So let's sing a little. Hashivenu v'nashuva, renew us for new days. Hashivenu v'nashuva, o Chadesh Yameinu, Chadesh Yameinu kekerem, Chadesh, 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 Chadesh Yameinu, Chadesh, 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 Chadesh Yameinu. There's a tradition associating this day, this chesed within Tiferet, this kindness within beauty, Shifra and Pua.
Yep.
Tell us about it.
Yeah, so Shifra, well, we just had Passover and we heard the story of leaving slavery. And at the very beginning of that story, we are introduced to these 2 amazing women, Shifra and Pua, who we are told are midwives. And these midwives are ordered by Pharaoh to first, they're called in to kill the baby boys of the Israelite mothers, that the girls can live, but that they are supposed to kill the boys when they help deliver them. And they go against Pharaoh and they say, I mean, they didn't say that to him, but they didn't do that. And so actually Pharaoh calls them in again, and they say, we're sorry that these babies are born before we even get there. And so these 2 women really go out of their way to protect children and protect a people that we don't know if it's their people. We
I
don't
love
know.
this. The Torah is unclear whether they're Jews, whether they're Hebrews, or whether they're Egyptians.
Or if they're even like Miriam and Moses' sister and mom.
Yeah,
There's a whole
yeah,
teaching
yeah.
about that.
So the Midrash imagines all of these.
Uh-huh.
I think I always like to prefer thinking of them as non-Jewish Egyptians.
I always did too, because that in my head, that's what they always were also. But as if they, if that's who they are, then they really went out of their way to save people and to step up.
And that's that move from Pesach, from liberation to obligation. This move from Pesach to Shavuot. From thinking of ourselves as free people to obligated people. Shifra and Pua as a model.
Yeah.
So should we count the Omer? Count this day?
Yes.
We traditionally don't say the day number until we actually count it. So instead, to let people know what to expect, you say, the day we're just finishing was the 14th day.
Right.
Chas v'sholom, you should count it too early. So we say, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu ala sfirat ha'omer. Blessed is the source of goodness in our world, who has called us to the sacred work of counting our days, of moving from freedom to obligation, from liberation to connection. You count the day?
I will. Hayom Chamishi Asar Yom Shehem Shnei Shavuot V'Yom Echad LaOmer. Today is day 15, which is 2 weeks and 1 day of the Omer.
So we will see you again tomorrow. Good to count with you. Good to go on this spiritual practice, this daily counting of Sfirat HaOmer. Hashivenu Nashuva O Chadesh Yameinu Chadesh Yameinu Kekerem Chadesh 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 Yameinu Chadesh 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 Yameinu Chadesh Yameinu Kekerem. Have a good and meaningful 15th day, everyone.
Laila Tov.